All right, what is up, everybody? Shadow Scout 0013 here, reporting in for another list build. Today we're going to go over a Rex list because I had someone in the comments um, who loved Rex, which I mean, who doesn't? And the clones, I mean, because who doesn't? Um, and I wanted to come up with a list for that. Now I know that melee is huge right now, and almost everyone's bringing either a force user or some sort of melee focused army. So we're going to kind of try to do that along with Rex. And Rex actually, I feel like, can do a good job, at least with one turn, dealing with melee users if there's another melee person there. And I know that, there's a few different options for melee and GAR, especially because of the like Anakin, Obi-Wan, the chieftain, Wookiee chieftain. You've got Chewbacca now. So there's a lot of good, melee units. And so with that, we're going to try to come up with one using Rex. Yeah. So if you haven't already, like this video and all the other videos, go ahead and subscribe so that you can go ahead and get all these list builds for everything. And I'll try to separate them out into different playlists like GAR, CIS, Rebels, and Empire. So that way it's a little bit easier to sift through. And per request, I'm going to try to save the list and put the link into the description below. So that way you can kind of get a hold of it and manipulate it how you want to based off of what I've done. So with that, we're going to go into this. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of that. Sorry, guys. All right. Rex, Gunslinger. So he can basically, during his attack two different units with his 3 red at range 1 2, Scout 1, which is cool. So if you would put it recon intel, he'll have Scout 2, and he'll be able to bring 2 different units with him. So in reality, for the whole game, he's going to have Gunslinger, Sharpshooter 1, and Tactical 1. So not too bad. I feel like he should be 90 points still and not 100, but we're there. All right, so Captain Rex is going to be huge. And then in my opinion, I kind of want some sort of melee in here as well. And the best or the cheapest with some really good melee. I mean, you do have the Wookiee chieftain at 100 points with 6 dice, which is basically a double rainbow. And then you also have Chewbacca at 90 points, which is 10 less. And even though he doesn't have 6 in melee, he's got 4 red. So basically trading 2 black, 2 white for 2 red. So 4 dice down to 2. But he's gonna have reliable 2, which gives him, 2 surge tokens. He's got scale, guardian 2, and enrage 4. I think honestly the best one would be the Wookiee chieftain. But we'll see. We'll play around. Right now, Chewbacca's gonna have 2 more health. He's surging to hit, basically. He's got a good blaster and a good melee. And he's got Guardian 2, so he's going to be able to help Captain Rex, and then Enrage, so he can gain charge. So it's not the worst thing. So with Captain Rex, what we can do is, if you wanted to, there's a lot of options. I mean, aggressive tactics is great, but with as many command cards as we have that can give out surge tokens, and with reliable and stuff, we're getting a ton. So I think dodges are going to be a little bit better to cancel a hit rather than trying to roll for a surge. So vigilance is kind of my go-to. Plus, it's cheap. Offensive push would be great, and situational awareness would be great, in my opinion. If you wanted to, since Captain Rex does have just 2 red and melee, if you wanted, you could give him tenacity, but with 5 health, he's not going to last very long if he does get hit. So either situational awareness or offensive push would be, I think, the best. And we're going to go with offensive push since one of his command cards allows him to recover. Now, I'm always going to give the JT-12 jetpack to Captain Rex because even though it's a little bit, it's going to be 5 points on Rex. So it's basically 1 more point than Ascension Cables, and Ascension Cables is like a free move, but it's exhaustible. So jetpack rockets would be great, and it's an actual move, and then you don't have to waste that. But at the same time, you're gonna have to have one or the other, in my opinion, if you want Rex to be very mobile. So Yeah, it's up to you. But at the same time, with the free recover scale, and the scale stuff, that would be fine. It's kind of up to you. So we're gonna go with that one. Now with Chewie, I'm always gonna have tenacity on him. That's 5 possible red dice in melee. And then with Captain Rex's 1 pip to be able to add a a fire support into melee, that's giving you what? So 5, 6, 7, 8 red dice, at least for 1 attack into someone. So if you keep Chewie and Captain Rex kind of close and near someone who's coming after Chewie or Captain Rex, and you get Chewie in the way, you're using Chewie to guardian Captain Rex so Rex doesn't get hit so much, so that you can use Captain Rex's 1 pip for Chewie, but you also need to keep Chewie alive. So it's kind of up to you. You could go with Protector in case you wanted to cancel, a crit for Captain Rex, but that's totally up to you. Since CIS initiative would give him a free order at some point. So, and you never know when you need that. So in my opinion, I think that would be okay to have. All right, so we need some core. Let's try one of each at the moment. We're gonna try, let's add a Z6, and we're gonna need a few. Let's try 2 at the moment and see what we can do. Phase 2, I like 5s a ton. We're gonna go ahead and keep him. And then let's see. We want some special forces. We need some melee stuff. So the Wookiees, we already have a good gun line, so we don't need a gun line Wookiee. We need Wookiees that can do some damage. So Battle Shield Wookiee for sure. Mostly because it's going to be cheaper than the other ones, because the other ones, even though this is 26 points, like I said, this is the long gun Wookiee, so this is not meant for the Wookiee warriors who are going to charge. You kind of want something that is going to be great in that. Now, if you want another Wookiee warrior, so say that you don't want the charge ones and you wanted the Wookiee warrior Kashyyyk defenders, and you gain a dominable scale and sharpshooter 1, I'd rather have charge duelists and scale, mostly because if they're going to be moving the same, they've got pretty much everything that's normal, the same, but 2 black versus a black and a white, a black and a white, and versus 2 white. I mean, even though the range is a little bit different, in my opinion, the charge ones are way better. And you've already got a good little gun line here, so you don't necessarily need that in the Wookiees, in my opinion. Now, Tenacity, because they have 3 health, obviously you're going to have some wounds on there, so Tenacity would be better. And then, either offensive push, you could use situational awareness, into the fray would be awesome. It just kind of is up to you, and how you were going to use your Wookiees. Like if you're going to get them in pretty fast, then maybe you can use into the fray. If you feel like you're going to keep them in cover until the last minute, maybe use offensive push, so that way you could just get straight into it. They're both the same, so at the moment I'm just going to go with offensive push. So boom, and then let's just double that at the moment. 7 activations. We have 2 Wookiee warriors. We have 670. Let's go ahead and add 75 versus 103. So it's going to be a lot less activations if we go with another Wookiee warrior. So let's go with another Z6. We have about 55 more points left. And I think, let's see, it's 58 for a strike team. So we need 3 more points taken off somewhere. Maybe you got rid of ascension cables and you gave yourself a strike team. It's, let's see, 9 activations and boom, you're at 799. That's not the worst. I feel like that's pretty good. That's giving you some good melee. If you need it, you're getting Captain Rex. You've got 5s, so you're going to have some sort of order control with CIS initiative and all the other good stuff. So since we have a commander that is a Wookiee, when a friendly Wookiee issued, or when a friendly unit is issued an order by a commander Wookiee trooper unit, which Chewbacca, as far as I know, is a Wookiee trooper. There we go. If it's wounded or one or more of its minis has been defeated, it gains an aim, dodge, and a surge. So this would be perfect. And you could give it to basically one Wookiee warrior, and then use your seize the initiative. And then if Chewie is wounded, you could give him an aim, a dodge, and a surge, and then also give your Wookiee warriors an aim, a dodge, and a surge. So I think that that would be absolutely great to have. And then obviously the Call Me Captain, which is where he gains the fire support that he can use in a melee attack. So if Chewie or the Wookiee warriors in a melee attack, say that the Wookiees are in melee and Chewie's in melee, you could, that you have Gunslinger. So you could, I think, effectively shoot into 2 different units into melee and gain surge to crit and 3 extra red dice for that attack. So freaking, well, no, because I guess if he's shooting, yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that. Sorry, scratch that. He can't shoot into the 2 units because it has to be his turn. Or if they move, into something, you could use Rex's fire support, basically. So the Wookiees would go, and then Rex would shoot with them, and then Chewie would go, and then Rex could shoot with them if he's close enough, because he doesn't have to flip his order face down. So that's perfectly good. Plus, take that, clankers. After a friendly clone trooper unit that has a face-up order token performs an aim action during its activation, it can increase its maximum range of each of its ranged weapons. So it just says after a friendly clone trooper unit that has a face-up order token. So even though it says 2 troopers, you could give it to your Wookiees, but they won't benefit from this. So it's kind of up to you. I would give it to your phase 1s, or maybe give it to your phase 2s and let 5s and the phase 2s get this, and then maybe to Rex, because then Rex could have range 3. That would be perfect. So boom. And then you could go with the air support. That's always perfect. You don't need size matters not, because you don't have Yoda. And you have, the Republic only, where a Wookiee trooper unit that is issued an order by a commander Wookiee trooper gains agile 1. So you could make Chewie give this to the 2 Wookiee warriors, and they'll gain 2 dodges when they move. So you can kind of use this near the beginning. So that way you can give the Wookiee warriors into a kind of a good position, or when not in the beginning, but just to get the Wookiees into a good position, and then get the 2 extra dodges as they move. And then the next turn, maybe go in with the one of the other pip, the 1 or 2 pip. No, the 1 or 1 or 3 pip. No. Yeah, probably the 1 pip. One of the 1 pips I would go with. So yep, there you go. And then we have our 3 pip. You definitely want, we're not programmed because it's 4 clone trooper units. You've got 5, I think like 6, 1, 2, yep, and then 5, 6. You've got 6 clone trooper units that you can use for this. So that's a plus. And since it's 4, you could do that. And then this is up to you, whether you want to do Attack of the Clones. So when an unit is issued an order using this card, it either gains a surge or removes a suppression. But that's just for 3 in clone troopers. Like I said, that's half your clones. Or you could do, the Warger, whatever this is. Each friendly Wookiee trooper unit that is issued an order by a Commander Wookiee gains Demoralize 1. Now, I don't know how effective this is unless you are literally into the fray again. But I mean, CIS doesn't really care about suppression. So your best bet is either Assault or Attack of the Clones. And Assault will at least be able to give it to anybody you want. Attack of the Clones mostly gives it to clones. So it kind of depends on how you want to use this army. If you're trying to really, have the clones share a ton of stuff or really make a move, maybe go with the Attack of the Clones. So we'll go with that. And then again, that's 9 activations, $7.99. At least you've got some kitted out stuff. You don't have anything pretty much naked. So it's 9 good activations. You don't want to really lose any, and you don't have too much room to wiggle around. But I think this would be okay as long as you definitely know how to use it and you can keep alive who you want to keep alive and make sure that you're getting things into position really well. I don't know how competitive this would be, but it would be like a fun list because it's a little bit different in my opinion. Using Chewie with Rex, it's kind of like they're on Kashyyyk in a way. I mean, change out the phase ones for phase twos, and you pretty much have a kind of like a Kashyyyk wave in a way. Take out the ARC Trooper and put another Wookiee warrior that's naked or something. But yeah, I'm sure you could get some naked Wookiee warriors in here to maybe increase that activation count. If you took out maybe like that, you took out this, and you gave yourself at least a Wookiee warrior with offensive push and tenacity with no heavy. I mean, that gives you 9 activations, 1 less clone trooper, and 1 less of these. But I mean, that's it's a thing that if you want more Wookiees, then you could do that. It's just up to you. I think the other one was a little bit more balanced in a way with the command cards using Rex and Chewie. But yep, up to you. But this will be the basically the where is it? The Legion HQ link. I'm gonna have at the very bottom in the description below. So if you haven't already, subscribe, like, and go to that. And if you want to manipulate this list a little bit more, click the link. But other than that, I guess I will see you guys in the next video. If you guys have any suggestions or if you have anything you want to see, just let me know and I will happily make that video for you. All right, guys, check y'all later.